Hello traders, welcome back to GolgiFx, and this is your boy Golgi. So in this video we'll be looking at supply and demand, and also be looking at some pro and cons of supply and demand. So if you are new to our channel, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. So traders, let's get into the video. So traders, what is supply and demand? So to simplify this, we can say that demand is represented by buyers while supply is represented by sellers. So if you look at our chart now, you can see this level where I've shaded. You can see how price was consolidating around that point. That represents there's a lot of buyers in the market. A very strong push to the upside that gave us the confirmation that there were buyers around this zone. So we can say that demand represents buyers. So we can say there was demand at this level, and also we see a strong push to this point, so we can say there was supply at this level. So traders, we can say that since the current price is determined by past prices, this is a very simple method of technical analysis and a highly successful trading style that makes it possible to identify a specific entry point and also supply zones and demand zones. This also helps us to find stop loss and take profit levels that we want to identify. So now let's look at some pro and cons of supply and demand. So if you look at the pro, you can see that the nice part of trading in a supply and demand system is that the price levels are predefined, which means you set them and wait. This gives you a well-deserved break from the screen without having to monitor every single moment waiting to make a trade. So one important thing or one advantages of using supply and demand is the levels that it creates, because always when you are trading this method, your main goal is to look at key points where there is supply or there is demand, and these levels are mostly the consolidated point or the consolidation point. And if you can able to identify these levels, it will help you to know when to take your trade, when to look on the screen. So this is one advantage of supply and demand. Let's also look at the con of supply and demand. So the cons of trading. So we can say that supply and demand does not have much con, but one important thing that is that this strategy is not a stand-alone strategy. You have to add other trading strategy or other concepts for you to have a good trade or to be able to see the direction that the market is currently going. Because if you understand supply and demand and you don't understand the current move that the market wants to make, it will be very hard for you to trade in that direction. So when trading this method, it makes price more clear with reasons and logic ways to catch all the moves you want. It is always important to master this strategy because it is not quite as simplistic as it seems.